Hey guys, it's Wartrain here, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please subscribe down below and hit the bell for notifications so you guys could be notified for any new uploaded video that I have. And let's get started. I hope you enjoy the video. Alright guys, now in today's video I want to acknowledge Capcom and their contributions to gaming. That they have brought us through the last 3 decades. They have a long history in the video game industry, with some things I didn't even know until recently, like the name Capcom. I definitely didn't know this, that Capcom is actually an abbreviation for Capsule Computer, which is something I never even would have thought about. It's just, I just thought Capcom and that was fine. And there's something I never even thought about, is their first game was actually a coin-operated game called Little League. And for the first few years they were just releasing coin-op machines, which are more like pinball machines because there's no video display. In the early days, Capcom was also known for making arcade games and eventually became known for arcade ports on home consoles and early PCs, but I only knew about the NES ports. But it also had ports on like the Commodore 64, the MSX, and the ZX Spectrum. Then Capcom finally had a small team of developers work on their first IP, which was Mega Man. Then Mega Man was released in 1987. It didn't sell great, but it sold good enough for them to work on a sequel. So then in 1988 they released Mega Man 2, which is, some of the gamers out there, Mega Man 2 is, till this day, their #1 game. And it is also rated as one of the best games of all time. This game sold great and was the start of Capcom as the huge juggernaut we know today. Capcom has an amazing history of making quality games, and some of the best in 2019. From the early days of Capcom's arcade ports on the NES, you got like Ghosts and Goblins to the breakout games like Mega Man 2 and the Street Fighter series. They have left us with some of gaming's most iconic and amazing franchises. I am so glad I grew up in the 80s and 90s to watch and play these games in the arcades and on the home consoles. They had so many different genres of games, like the beat 'em ups. You have your Final Fights, the Captain Commando, King of Dragons, Knights of the Round, or you have your fighting games like the Street Fighter series, Marvel vs. Capcom, Capcom vs. SNK. Then you also have the platformers like Mega Man, Mega Man X, Strider, Bionic Commando, Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts, Chip and Dale, and even DuckTales. Then you even have their shoot 'em ups, like 1941, 1942, 1943, you got Commando, UN Squadron, and there's so many more games. There's just a ridiculous amount of games that they've made. They've had ports of their games on so many platforms, even the handheld consoles have seen Capcom games. Just recently I watched a video of Street Fighter 2 running on a Commodore 64. I couldn't even believe it. You actually had Street Fighter 2 was somehow running on this old ass hardware, and man, it looked like shit. The AI was so awful, and it was almost not even existing. And the game, it just looked awful. I mean, wow. That video is on YouTube. I suggest you look it up because, man, it's interesting. And now you have the Resident Evil games, the Monster Hunters, the Devil May Cry series, all the arcade collections like the Mega Man X Legacy collections. This company has had such a rich library of games. There's something for everybody to enjoy here. And that's just part of it. Then you all have all the merchandise that they're selling. And let's face it, even when we get mad at Capcom for not having a physical version of games like Resident Evil 4 for the Nintendo Switch, or putting only one of the 2 Revelations games on the cartridge for the Switch, you still go out and buy the next game because you know when the next Resident Evil 3 remake comes out, you will be loving to bitch about that game when you have the Nemesis chasing your ass around just like the Tyrant did Mr. X chasing you around in Resident Evil 2 remake. Except this time's gonna be way harder because the Nemesis carries a damn bazooka. So good luck, guys. But in 2019, Capcom is killing it again. I've been loving the Resident Evil 2 remake, and Devil May Cry 5 is awesome. They are definitely some of the best games so far this year. It feels like a new golden era for Capcom again. Just like the great games with awesome chiptunes from my past youth, they've now hooked me with such top-notch graphics and smooth gameplay that is so much fun. So man, I just want to say thanks so much, Capcom. Just keep putting out these awesome games, and I will gladly pay the $60 price tag of admission. So what do you guys think? What do you think about Capcom? Do you guys like their games? Do you like their old games? Or do you like their new games better? Let me know in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, guys. Later.